This has been a sad week for any fans of Darkwing Duck or anybody who's worked with a legend. Welcome to the Saint Canard Files, a Darkwing Duck podcast. I'm your host, Will Santana, and today I'm with guest co-host who?
Stan Lunn.
Hey, what's going on, Stan?
It's been a rough week.
Oh yeah, man, we lost the legend, man. But
A
before
few of them.
yeah, we lost a few of them. But before we get into that, I just want to let our listeners know that we originally was going to release "What's the Problem," but due to circumstances, well, we did record "What's the Problem" already, correct, Stan?
Yep.
Yeah, we already recorded it, but because of a fallen soldier we had for Darkwing, we decided to drop this one first. So we're going to talk about Mr. Jack Angel, and then we're going to review a comic that Stan's been requesting for forever at Vogue's gallery. But first, let's talk about Jack. Stan, what do you most remember him for?
Well, obviously the role I associate him with the most is the Liquidator.
Yeah, I would say Liquidator also, and for me also because I'm a huge Transformer guy. Um, to me, he was Omega Supreme, which was a huge giant in there. He was also Astro Train. A lot of I don't know how well you know Transformers, Stan, but
Vaguely. Wasn't he also Ultra Magnus?
he was also Ultra Magnus, but in I believe season 3, because Robert Stack voiced him in the movie, and then he took over Ultra Magnus after that once the series got going back on syndication after the movie. But Astro Train was a Decepticon. Uh, he was multiple Transformers. Like he was a train. He was also like a space shuttle. He could transform into multiple things. So like they kind of use Astro Train quite a bit after the movie. Well, they use him a lot during the movie too, though. So Omega Supreme was a hard transformer to collect for Stan growing up as a kid. He was like an entire base, and then he would transform into like a big robot. So
Yeah.
Omega Supreme was no joke, man. Yeah. So anything else you want to mention that he voiced, man? Because his list is way too long to name everything, man.
We do have another voice we have to mention because in Darkwing Duck, not only was he Liquidator, he was also Malakalo Macabre,
Yeah.
Morgana's father.
Morgana's father. But he also did what? The Flash.
He did the Flash in the Challenge of the Super Friends and Hawkman in that series.
Those are two big ones, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was also King Zarkon in Voltron.
In Voltron, yeah. I used to love Voltron, man.
And he also voiced Papa Smurf.
Oh, I forgot about Papa Smurf. That's a big one. That's a huge one. Yes. Yeah. So Jack, he did way more. We can't name them all. So we're not even scratching the surface of what he's done.
Yeah. I mean,
at all.
He's done so much. Like he was voices in Tailspin, DuckTales, Back to the Future, the animated series, Bonkers.
I saw the real Ghostbusters on there too.
Yep. He voiced a ghost, I believe, in the real Ghostbusters. He was Rex 1 in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, what's weird about it too, though, is Jack's agent for conventions was Neri Lemus, the same as Terry McGovern and Katie Lee, and I never saw him. I don't know if it's because of his age and he just kind of calmed down from them, or what else, or he wasn't asked or requested. I don't know, but I never saw Jack at any of the cons the last couple of years, man. Maybe it was his health or something.
Possibly. He is one of the ones I wish I could have met.
Me too, man. It sucks I never got a chance to meet him or get his autograph before he passed. Yeah, so who's the other voice actor that passed away? That's a big one for you, right?
Yeah, the other one that passed away this week was Chris Ayers. He was more in the anime scene, probably best known for voicing Frieza in the Dragon Ball Z Kai dub and in Dragon Ball Super.
Okay. See, I've never seen anything Dragon Ball.
Nothing. That is one you should check out someday. I think you'd enjoy it.
Man. It's too much. I'm so far behind, like it's a lot, man. I don't know. I may stay away from it. I may try it one day. I don't know. I'm trying to stick with ones that have like less than like maybe 6 seasons. Like I
Yeah.
saw there was somebody kept referring One Piece to me, and then I saw how many
Oh
seasons it
no,
had.
no.
Yeah.
You do not want to step into the One Piece arena. There's over 1,000 episodes at this point, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So I definitely don't want to touch that. Um, but let's get back to Jack, man. What is your favorite Liquidator episode?
Well, I mean, in terms of Liquidator solo, we only got
Got
one
one.
choice.
We only got
Try
one.
hard.
But what's your favorite episode that he was in? Period.
My favorite episode he was in, period, and it's not because of Liquidator, would be Life, the Negaverse, and Everything, since that is my favorite Darkwing episode.
Okay. I would probably go with maybe Justice Ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people know I'm not crazy about Justice Ducks. I do enjoy that one, but I guess
Liquidator's got some good bits in it.
yeah, Dry Hard's up there. I like Dry Hard a lot, man. For some reason, a lot of his episodes are not coming to my head right now.
In terms of other ones, there's the Darkwing Doubloon episode. I'm pretty sure he's in that.
Okay,
Jailbird, obviously,
Jailbird,
because of that scene when Mega Negaduck has his powers and drains the bay. Why didn't I think of that?
yeah. And then as Malaculo was only in 3, I believe.
The two that come to mind is Hot Spells and Monsters Are Us.
Monsters Are Us, Hot Spells. I think he was in one more. He wasn't in My Valentine Ghouls or Fungus Among Us.
Was he in Malice's restaurant? Because that's the only other one I can
I
think of
believe
with
so.
Morgana's family.
Yeah. No. Malice's Restaurant. No, he was not in that one. It was only the auntie and Glavi, I believe.
So maybe Malaklo was only in those two then.
Yeah, that's all I could think of off the top of my head. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's Jack, man. Stan, I didn't get to meet him, man.
Yeah, neither of us did.
Yeah, so we
But
only how many Fearsome 5 members we got left?
we have 3 left, I think. Negaduck, Megavolt, and Quackerjack.
Okay.
And I know in terms of the 3, Quackerjack, I think, is the one that's getting most up there in age, isn't he?
Yeah, Michael Bell's up there, man. He's like 86, 85, somewhere up there.
Yeah, because I think, isn't Jim like in his 70s or maybe 60s?
I think late 60s.
And I'm not sure how old Dan Castellaneta is.
I'm not sure either.
But I do know we lost Tino some years ago.
Yeah, we lost Tino's a couple years ago. So Liquidator was he was supposed to have an action figure in the second wave, right? That never came out.
Yes, he was. And man, I wish it would have come out. The Diamond Select, if you're listening, we need 3 figures after Darkwing. We need a Liquidator, a Negaduck, and a Quackerjack. Give us those 3 and we'll be happy. Actually, we probably should mention that. Yeah, about the Diamond Select thing, because that's news.
Yeah, that's news. Yeah, we had the Diamond Select. So far, it was just a drawing concept, right?
Yeah, but it already looks miles better than the Beast Kingdom.
Nobody likes that Beast Kingdom, man. It is awful, man.
I mean, I'm still praying that the concepts will just be bad and that the actual figure will be good, but at least we have the Diamond Select to look forward to if the Beast Kingdom ends up being as bad as we fear.
Yeah. Do you still have the Beast Kingdom on pre-order?
Oh, of course I do. It's a Darkwing Duck item.
I got mixed feelings, Stan. I feel like just because it's Darkwing, it doesn't justify me buying it, especially for the price. I have it pre-order. I canceled my pre-order on Entertainment Earth, but then I pre-ordered it on Amazon because I have Amazon Prime, so I get free shipping.
Right.
And Amazon doesn't is like Entertainment Earth. They don't charge you until they ship it. So I have it there just in case I do want to pull the trigger on it, and I got mine secured. But I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to keep it, man. I may let it go. Do we have any updates on the Q-Figs, the Negaduck or the Darkwing one?
None yet. The last thing that I had heard was that they were expecting them to arrive this week, or maybe it was last week, which obviously that's pretty much come and gone.
Okay.
You know,
so it said October, right? That it was supposed to drop?
Yeah,
On that
which
last email?
October's still here. We still got a bit more time before we're in November.
They tweeted, what's the real name of Quantum Mechanics, right?
Yeah.
They tweeted that they had shipped them to the retailers or something, right?
They had the tweet I saw from them was that they were expecting the figure to come out later that week.
And that was like 2 weeks ago, right?
It.
3 weeks ago. We haven't heard nothing. Maybe they came in damaged, or the shipment got delayed.
I imagine it got delayed. I mean, from what I hear, there's hundreds of ships off the coast with items in them just waiting to pass through whatever they have to pass through.
Okay, that might be what's going. I ordered a couple of Funko Pops from a website in Australia. They shipped it October 3rd, and it's still saying scan in Australia. Like, it's been scanned 3 times in Australia. It has not touched the US yet. So frustrating, man.
Yeah, that could very well be what happened. It's on a ship somewhere just waiting to get here.
Oh my god, man. I wish my stuff would hurry up and get here. All right, but yeah. Anything else we got to update with Darkwing? Well, this is not Darkwing related, Stan, but the sodas, the Funko sodas.
You're talking about the 3 Caballeros one.
Yeah, the 3 Caballeros, and Donald's the common, but I've never heard of 2 chases. That's actually kind of cool.
But and it's not just different versions of Donald, it's the other 2 members. That's even cooler.
Yeah, that's the other cool thing. But I got a feeling them third-party people are gonna jack them prices up on those chases, and then I got a feeling one of the other 2 is gonna be even rarer, you know.
Yeah, so one chase will be somewhat common, the other chase will no doubt be like really rare.
Yeah, it's sold out everywhere, man. I was thinking about buying a case of them, like get 6 of them.
That is exactly what I was going to suggest to you, is track down a case.
Yeah, I was gonna buy
your best bet.
Yeah, I figured like maybe getting the whole case. I have all 3 and I'm good. Maybe I'll probably have a couple of extra Donalds, but I was like, I could just sell them to you guys $10 or something, you know. You guys will take a common Donald. Everybody loves Donald. But I was thinking about getting the case, man. It was sold out on like 12 different Funko sites I know of that had it, all sold out.
Well, I wouldn't give up yet. Sometimes, things come up, people cancel things, so
I've been doing that too, going back like every other hour or so and hitting refresh, sold out, man. Now this is not something, Stan, I have to have, but if I can get it, I'll be cool with it. But if I don't, I ain't gonna cry about it or pay third-party ridiculous prices for it. Yeah, but it's something I would like to have, but I'm not gonna go crazy for it. So that is kind of cool though, man. The 3 Caballeros. I'm not a hardcore fan of them. That's why I said I'm not gonna go crazy.
Right.
Yeah, because then they have another movie first, Saludos Amigos. Was that the sequel or was that the first one?
I'm not sure. I don't have extensive knowledge on that subject.
Yeah, me neither. Like I said, I've seen their movies and stuff, but I'm just a casual fan. I'm a casual fan. So like when I saw them on the DuckTales reboot, I was cool with it, but I wasn't insane. I see people on Instagram go crazy over like any 3 Caballeros merchandise that comes out, backpacks, suitcases, purses that I've seen with the 3 Caballeros lately for the last couple of years. People go insane over that stuff, man.
So I am curious, Will, have you added anything new to your collection recently for Disney?
Disney or just Darkwing?
Disney specifically, since the only Darkwing thing I know of that you may have gotten is something you don't want to talk about.
Yeah, we can't talk about that. You know what that is. Yeah, it's my holy grail.
Right.
It's my holy grail, and I refuse to talk about it because I don't need thousands of people going on the hunt for it.
Nope. Especially since after you get yours and I want to track down mine before.
Yeah, so I'm keeping that on the hush. But Disney related, the only other thing I could think of was I got like 2 Funko Pops autograph. I got another Mickey Mouse autograph, and I got another Dumbo, I believe, autograph from Katie
Oh,
Lee.
sweet. Yeah,
That's a. Go ahead.
I was going to say the whole reason I was asking is because I got something I needed to complete one of my collections recently.
What's that?
I got issue number 0 of the 2017 DuckTales.
There's the issue 0?
Yeah,
0? I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that until earlier this year, so I've been keeping my eyes peeled. I finally came across someone selling it for $5, bidding. No one else put in a bid, so I got it for a good price.
Okay. Hey, there you go, man.
Yep. So my DuckTales 2017 comic collection is complete.
Okay. I would say, man, like I really haven't been like collecting anything Disney lately. I've been more focusing on the My Hero Academia stuff, and then like a few loose stuff, because a lot of people don't know I'm so hardcore into hip hop. So I've been getting some of my Wu-Tang collection back up, and then there's a Biggie Smalls Funko Pop that only 500 were released of. It was a Hot Topic exclusive, and I finally got me one. I paid over retail, but there's only 500. I expected it. Yeah. My local Hot Topic only received 3.
And if you wanted to say they were gone,
well, I was at work. I had no chance. I saw people posting on social media on the Hot Topic for my local Hot Topic Instagram. They were posting the lines, and the people were telling them, like, if you're not even the first 3, you might as well leave. You're not gonna get it,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had no shot. I was at work, but I paid like $40 for it. Not bad, and the value of it's been going up, and it's gonna keep going up because there's only 500 out there.
Yeah.
So but I got one, so that's kind of cool. So like once the people who really want it get it, it's gonna be rare. To see it on eBay or Macari and all those other sites. All right, but Stan, what are we reviewing today, man?
We are reviewing one of my favorite Disney Adventures comics called Vogue's Gallery.
I like this one, not as high as Stan, and I think if it was longer, it would have been lots more fun.
Yeah,
but they have Goof Troop one in here is pretty long though. In this,
the Goof Troop one in there is actually a really good one. I believe it's the first part of a 2-parter, and it's actually a comic I highly recommend for any Goof Troop fan.
Okay, and there's a Mickey one in there that's pretty long too,
which is also an amazing comic. I mean, that issue just has so many great comics in it.
Okay, so there's the Mickey one, the Goof Troop, and then the short Darkwing one, right? Now, Stan, I'm gonna show you this. This may not mean anything to you, but this was like a big deal where I grew up. That Meteor Man cover or poster.
Yeah.
It was a big deal because to where I was living at the time, I lived in a black neighborhood, predominantly black neighborhood. For them, this was a big deal having a black superhero, and then it had like a black all-star cast, Bill Cosby. Well, I probably should have said him first. Oh man, I probably screwed up right there. But it had Robert Townsend, Big Daddy Kane, Sinbad, Luther Vandross, Eddie Griffith, Chris Tucker was in it. I don't know if you know who Chris Tucker is, but
I know
he had a cameo. To me, I hope people don't laugh at me, but you probably don't know who these kids are. They're not kids anymore, obviously. They're grown now. But there was a boy group in there called Another Bad Creation.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, I'm sure you haven't. But they had a huge hit when I was a kid. It was a song called Aisha. And then they had another song called Playground. Man, they used to wear these starter jerseys and these starter caps. I used to dress just like them when I was a little kid, when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I used to dress just like them because they used to wear all these sports clothes, starter outfits. Okay, but Stan, man, so we're gonna do Vogue Gallery. Who was it written by, man?
It was written by Bobby J.G. Weiss.
Okay. Oh, again, we got Bobby again?
Yep.
Okay. So just really quick, remind the people who just now tuned in for the first time, what else that she wrote?
So she wrote the crossover Legend of the Chaos God. She also wrote What's the Problem, which you guys will see next week.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get into Vogue's gallery. One that
Hold
stands.
on.
Oh, okay. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
We also got to mention the artist since it's not Consume Quartery this time.
Oh, who we got this time?
We have Phil Ortiz.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't really do a lot of comics. Like I looked at his thing. He had like 5 or 6 comics. A couple Uncle Scrooges, a Timon and Pumbaa, this Darkwing one, and a 3-parter called the Serial Gang or something like that.
Okay. Okay. I
And
think I think I've read the serial one before. It's a short one, ain't it?
I think it's 3 parts, but all 3 parts I think are in the same issue.
Okay.
And for those of you wondering out there, this one was in the August 93 Disney Adventures.
Dennis the Menace on the cover, right?
Yep. The one you're holding in your hand.
Yeah, the live action, right?
Yep.
I didn't like that Dennis the Menace movie.
I don't remember it very much. I know I saw it when I was a kid, but aside from remembering Christopher Lloyd was in it, that's about all I can remember.
Yeah. I used to love the Dennis the Menace cartoon series that came out in late 80s, early 90s, I believe it was. I used to like it, but I had high expectations, and I used to love reading Dennis the Menace in the Sunday comics too. But yeah, this movie was not good to me at all. All right, so Stan, let's go ahead and let's get into Vogue's gallery. And I gotta tell you, I love the opening caption under the title where it says one average ordinary day in downtown St. Canard. So is that what an ordinary day is in St. Canard? What we see?
Though we're starting off with an error, and it's an error that is in the entire comic. What color is Darkwing's motorcycle helmet supposed to be, Will?
Purple, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
In the
and
comic, it's red.
Okay. All right, so we got Darkwing and LP, which is I thought LP's appearance is really weird in that opening illustration. And then but what are the citizens doing?
They're all fleeing for their lives.
Yep. And LP, or not LP, but Darkwing is like telling him, we have a mass hysteria going on in our own hometown.
Yep. Thankfully, no cats and dogs living together, though.
But what is LP doing that I said that is so strange?
Well, he's reading a book called Textbook Examples.
I was like, why is he reading that while they're riding and stuff? That's so weird, All right, so Stan, take us away. What else is happening? What's going on? Because it's a lot going on in the pictures. A lot is going on.
Yeah.
All right.
So it seems that every villain in St. Canard has shown up. Yeah. So as LP says, well, you're sort of right and sort of wrong, DW.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he says every villain is there, and we see Megavolt, we see Tuscanini, Ammonia Pine, Negaduck, Quackerjack. I see Steel Beacon that shot.
Yep. But they're not quite themselves, though, are they, Will?
No, they're missing their bodies.
Yeah.
All we see is their clothes.
Just the clothing.
Their uniforms, their costumes. Yeah, and it's funny because Darkwing reacts and he says it's an attack force of zombie villain costumes, and he goes right after the Negaduck costume first, but it doesn't go so well.
Nope, because the Negaduck costume is hard as a rock.
Yeah, it is hard. And then but they started attacking them too, like Ammonia Pine, like she shoots a mop at them or something, right, with water.
Well, I love Launchpad's line. He confronts the Ammonia Pine and Quackerjack costumes, and his line is one of the best in here. Okay, hands up. Oh, you don't have any hands. Okay, then drop your weapons. I guess you don't have any of those either.
Yeah, so Ammonia shoots the mop at him, and a whole bunch of water shoots at him, and then Quackerjack. Should we call him Quackerjack or Ammonia Pine? Hey, we'll do it for this.
We can call him that, or we can say, Ammonia Pine costume or Quackerjack costume. But yeah he uses his toy T-Fon Launchpad.
Yeah, and then Launchpad realizes they do have weapons.
Yep, a little too late.
Yeah, and Darkwing lets them know that the costumes are hard as a rock, that they are stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he mentioned Gosling about doing laundry.
Yeah, that the costumes are stiffer than Launchpad's shorts after Goslin does laundry, but that gives Darkwing an idea.
Yeah, it gives him an idea. He snaps his fingers, and then they head to the laundromat.
Yep.
Yeah, what do they pick up?
Well, for one thing, I gotta mention the laundromat apparently makes clothes smell like posies. I think Bushroot would be a little proud of that one.
Yeah, I saw that on the sign, and then they said they had free starch and ironing too there.
Yeah, but
and then go ahead.
I was gonna say DW picks up 2 bottles of fabric softener.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he tells Launchpad, we get the famous line, "Let's get dangerous," you know.
Yep.
And Launchpad's like scratching his head. What's in here?
Yeah.
And that's when Darkwing reveals it's the fabric softener. And they start spraying some of these costumes. We see the Ammonia Pine and Tuscanini one get sprayed, and what happens to the costumes, Stan?
They shrivel up. They stop moving.
Yep. And then next we see the Megavolt and the Quackerjack one.
Yep, which attack them. Well, Quackerjack's teeth attack them, but I do have to wonder.
What's that?
Was it ever established whether the Megavolt's powers came from him or the costume? Because Megavolt's not in that costume yet. It has electricity. That's one of the few things that leaves me scratching my head.
I always assumed it was his battery pack, but then it was like Clash Reunion. It showed that he absorbed the power, like he got it himself.
Yeah.
So that's when I assumed that the battery pack just maybe enhanced it, you know, his ability.
Could be.
That's how I always took it, you know. Yeah, so then Darkwing and LP. I like the visual though when it says squeal and it shows them riding along St. Canard on the street.
Yeah, though this also leads me into one last somewhat error. At least it could be an error.
What's that?
Because the front tire of the rat catcher seems to have a bunch of orange on it, even though they haven't done something they're about to do.
Yeah, they screwed up on that one.
Yeah, so I think so too.
Yeah, so LP puts the fabric softener in front of the tire, correct?
Well, no, the teeth, Quackerjack's teeth biting them cause them to drop their spray bottles.
Okay, and then when that happened, they run over it, and it squirts on Quackerjack and Megavolt and Steelbeak and the Eggman that we didn't see earlier.
Well, no, Steelbeak and the Eggman get shot by the other spray ball that Launchpad picks back up.
Mm-hmm. So they're all squirted now. So so there's only really one villain left, correct?
Oh yeah, the most dangerous one of all.
and of course, where is he at? Where's he always at?
He's robbing the Third National Bank.
Because he wants the loot.
Yep.
So we see Naked Duck. Well, first we see the citizens running out of the bank, and then Darkwing and LP go in there, and then there he goes. We see the Naked Duck one, but we see somebody in front of Naked Duck.
Yep, an angry man in green.
Yeah, they never say his name, but obviously you can tell he's a tailor. He has the measuring tape there, you know, around him. And we can see a bank teller putting the money inside of a bag.
Yeah, and he orders the Nega costume to attack.
Yeah, he orders the Nega Duck costume to attack, but it gets sprayed.
Yep. But it very quickly gets brought back because the evil tailor has his own spray bottle that's been controlling them.
Yeah, but then Darkwing sprays it again.
Yeah, and this time LP's ready and takes the other spray bottle out of the tailor's hand.
Yeah, and then Darkwing tells him enough is enough. Where did you get these cheap imitation costumes?
Yep. Yeah. But they're not cheap imitation costumes. They're the real deal.
Yeah, they're the real deal. And Stan, go ahead and tell us what's going on. What's this guy's problem? Why is he so upset?
So this guy is the one that makes all the costumes for St. Canard's villains, but they're not willing to pay him enough.
Now, who does that remind you of? This character making the costumes from The Incredibles.
Oh, he's very similar to Edna Mode from The Incredibles, only she created costumes for heroes, whereas he does it for the villains.
Yeah.
Of course, he's right, though. What, do you expect them to do it themselves?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so he says he happens to take a lot of pride in his work. That they don't make them outfits for themselves, and he calls them cheapskates, you know. And basically, he says he confesses that he developed a super starch.
Yep.
That makes the costume stands up for themselves and their creator. With their help, I would have become filthy rich, he says. So then what happens next? Pretty much, Stan, we're pretty much at the end now.
Well, unfortunately for him, a goody goody duck boy had to ruin everything.
Mm-hmm.
But DW tells him that he's sure the St. Canard jail can use his services in the laundry department.
Oh yeah. And then but then we get LP, and he's like, well, so what do you plan to do with this super starch?
Well, Darkwing seems to have a good, clean use for it.
Oh my goodness, it's funny.
It is something he'd do, though.
Yeah, his ego. He's laying in the hammock. He has one Darkwing costume fanning him, one trimming the hedges, and then the other one's cutting the grass.
Yeah, doing yard work.
Yeah. So that's the end of Vogue's Gallery, comic that Stan loves. It's really short. It's only like what, 6 pages, 5 or 6 pages.
6 pages.
Okay, yeah, 6 pages. It's fun though. Stan, you wanna review it and give it a score?
Sure. So, for those of you who will be watching next week for What's the Problem,
Mm-hmm.
at the time, I still considered this to be my favorite Darkwing comic. After rereading it, I have to give it a slightly lower score than I might have originally. I am giving this one a 3.5. I think if it had been a longer comic, even like 12 pages,
Mm-hmm.
given a chance to really flesh things out, I think it could have been a real heavy hitter. But,
Yeah.
between the short length of it and some of the mistakes, it does bring it down a bit.
Okay.
How about you, Will?
I'm gonna give it a 2.5. I think it's hilarious. I think it's super funny. Like I said, even with the opening where it says it's an ordinary day in Saint Canard, and you see all the citizens screaming and running for their lives. We get this. We don't see the actual characters, but to see their costumes is good enough for me. I'm very content with that. It's a different, this could have been a good episode if it was like an episode in the series.
Yep.
um the errors kind of take it down a notch, but for 6 pages is I kind of want to give it a pass. I kind of don't, because like you only had 6 pages to get it right,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of torn between on that. The villain's okay. He's easily defeated, of course, but he's a one-time comic villain. They didn't even give him a name.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with 2.5 though. It's cool to see all these villains and stuff, and the concept behind making the costumes come to life.
Now, interesting fact, did you
Mhm.
know that Negaduck's costume appearance in this comic predates his actual appearance in Disney Adventures? And Ammonia Pine's costume in here predates when she would eventually finally show up in comic form in the Boom series.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, I thought
Okay.
that was a little interesting tidbit I uncovered during my research.
Okay.
So, in
Well,
terms of the villain, we gonna rate him?
yeah, go for it, Stan. We don't know his name.
Oh, we'll call him the evil Taylor, for
Okay.
lack of a better name,
All right.
or the villain Taylor, something like that. But
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a 2.
You give him a
I
2.
think, yeah, I think if he had been fleshed out more, he probably would have done more. But we only see him in the last page or two,
Hmm.
and he's defeated so quickly.
Yeah. I'll give him. You know what? I'm gonna back you up on that, Stan. I'm gonna give him a 2. Obviously, I feel like he could have been more, but because it's only 6 pages, they didn't, like you said, he didn't get a chance to be developed. But the potential is there for him. The potential is definitely there making those
Yeah,
costumes, and he could have did so much more with costumes. He could have had more Eggman and Minion to make it a little harder and stuff. But because it's only 6 pages and they didn't name him, he only gets a 2. We can't give him a great score. All right. All right, so that's folks gallery. It stands uh not your favorite anymore, but
no,
it's a good one though. It's definitely good. It's worth the read. If you, I don't want to tell people to go out of their way to buy this issue for Disney Adventure for like $15-$20, because I did look on eBay stand before we recorded, and I saw people had it high, but then I saw some people had it for $2-$3, and then I saw some people had it in a lot.
Well, it is worth the money, though. I mean, if not just for the Darkwing comic, for the first part of the awesome Rescue Ranger story and that awesome Mickey story. I mean,
you mean Good Troop? Good Troop.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said Rescue Rangers.
Oh.
I don't know, Stan. I think it's worth getting. I just wouldn't pay too much, though. I wouldn't pay $10-$15 for one issue of Disney Adventures. Me, period. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But if you can get it for $2-$3, maybe even $4, I would get it. It's not a bad issue, you know what I'm saying? But for Darkwing fans, I wouldn't go crazy spending a lot of loot for it, though. I just wouldn't. That's just me, though. All right, so yeah, that's Vogue's Gallery, guys. Next week we will hear What's the Problem, which we originally recorded first, was supposed to come out this week, but because of what happened with Jack, we decided to drop this one first. So you'll hear a little of us talking about we don't know what's going to come next at the end of that one.
And you'll also hear a Halloween discussion. They'll take place, obviously, after Halloween.
That's right. We screwed that up.
Well, unfortunately, we can't predict the future.
Yeah, we can't predict the future. So we apologize for that, guys. So you hear a little Halloween conversation after Halloween.
That being said, let us wish you all a happy Halloween.
Yeah, now that we could actually do it. Happy Halloween, everybody, and you'll hear it again next week.
Yep.
All right, so guys, that's the end of this episode, Stan. For those who are tuning in for the first time, where can they find us? Good luck, Stan.
So obviously, if you want to see our faces, check out YouTube. Then we got Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, Pandora, Facebook, Spotify, Radio Public, and a bunch more I can't remember. Mike is the master at this.
Yeah, I think the only one that I can think of that you miss is Pocket Cast.
Yep, that's one.
Yeah, I don't. We're everywhere, man. Just Google it and it'll pop up, man. It'll definitely pop up. So we are everywhere.
You got any shout outs tonight?
I don't have any shout outs today. You got any you want to give any, Stan? Anybody coming to your head?
Oh, I'll do 2 shout outs. The first one is to my buddy Adam Martin. I don't really know if he actually watches the podcast, but he does love Darkwing Duck. I actually gave him a couple tapes recently to add to his collection.
Okay.
And the other one, it's sort of a shout out, but also a bit of a memorial, but rest in peace, Jack Angel.
Yeah, definitely rest in peace, man. Thank you for your contribution to Darkwing, man, and every other cartoon, for any fan who enjoyed your work, and thank you for Transformers as well. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap up this episode. Remember, tune in next week for What's the Problem. All right, have a happy Halloween and stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous, everybody.
Good night.